Here's Goff now on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Garoppolo rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Goff will lead the Rams up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Throwing on third. Goff. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They are going for it. Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Goff now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Gurley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
On second down, here's Goff. Airing it out deep for Woods. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there for L.A. 46 yards. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Super Bowl MVP Malcolm Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
They run again with Breida, and he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They go play action here on first down. Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Solomon Thomas able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Now Goff. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Reuben Foster in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
One minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. Back to the booth right after this. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Go ahead.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Here we go.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
21. Here we go.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Sliding out of the pocket. Goodwin able to haul it in. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, come on.
Now we give to the big fullback use check. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Go ahead.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. Rolling to his left. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. So an agile move, but not a big gain, down right near the 25. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Here's Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Goodwin. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpired. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To throw on second down is gone. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Eli Harold in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. This has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here we go. Ready? Go ahead, go ahead.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Robinson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Garoppolo now. 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Throw left side complete. That's good one. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Garoppolo on 1st down. Hauling it in, Nelson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves them with a more standard 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gold is able to put it through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll try and chew some clock with Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the... And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him a gain of 37. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now it's gone. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Eric Armstead in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Goff, escaping the pressure right. Oh, incomplete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. It's Goodwin. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. From the gun, here's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block it.
3rd and long, it's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, incomplete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
Hey, come on, come on, come on.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Goodwin. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Gurley again here on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He'll look to throw. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw, eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. Third down here. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Mikel Roby-Coleman. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved
did.
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.